don't have much time, so let's get straight into it. Yeah. Oh god.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Welcome everybody to another episode of Holotalk. I don't have audio feedback, let's go. But 25th episode, anniversary episode of Takanashi Kiara and Takanashi Kiara. Today's guest is myself. That's right, Takanashi Kiara not once but twice. Today in 3D. Also a special announcement at the end. Let's go. Okay, now I have audio feedback. Woo! Let's hope it goes well. The 25th, the 2-year anniversary episode here in this very special 3D studio that was recently renovated, and here we are today. Yeah, how's it looking so far? I think you already saw like a little bit like of a pad, like a whoop, but I'll show you a little bit in detail. But first of all, of course, I always have to explain to you what Holotalk is. So let me tell you. Holotalk, let's see if I got this by heart, is a live talk show with the purpose of interviewing and live translating mainly Japanese whole life talents. Today that's a little bit different, but yeah, to bring as much wholesome knowledge to you guys as possible. Very deep knowledge. Brought to you by your host, Takanashi Kiara. はい、皆さんこんばんは。ホロトークの2周年記念のスペシャルエピソードへようこそ。今回はね 3D でやりましてですね、はい、いつも通りの説明やりますと、ホロトークは英語圏向けのインタビュートークショーです。目的は主に日本のタレントを生通訳しながらなんだっけな、覚えてないな、海外の人たちに詳しく知ってもらうことです。はい、ホストの高梨キャラの提供でお送りいたしますはい、ちなみに今回は、実はこれ録画してまして、ライブの部分もありますけどね、いろいろありまして録画してて、はい、ちょっと違いますけどよろしくお願いします。 Today, this is actually pre-recorded due to many reasons to avoid scuff and so on. But I think you will enjoy it very, very much. So let's have a good time today. And let me start by showing you the studio a little bit. Where should we start? Maybe first, of course, we start with Oh, can we start? I wonder, can we start? Maybe. Let me hear my earpiece, my secret earpiece. Oh, let's go. Okay, so I've got professional staff helping me behind the scenes. Wow, so professional. What a live talk show. Okay, so here, we step over the beautiful, beautiful stairs in here, yeah. And then here, we have the host desk. Yeah, normally I sit on there, but you maybe see a little bit. Then there's some extra boxes, and there's even a booster seat. I think you can see it a little bit for Kiara to sit on top of because she's so small. She needs a little booster seat. Don't tell her that I told you that because she might be really embarrassed about it. Yeah, and of course we have the laptop and the cup. And I can pick up the cup and drink a little bit. I don't know where the camera is, but yum 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 yum. Yeah, and yeah, then we have the table for the guest. Whoop, papa! Obviously I can sit on it, or I can stand on the couch if I want to do some party. There's the eggs, all the important items. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just. It's okay if I stand on the table. No one will complain because I'm the boss. Yeah, and then connected right to that on this side we have the clip watching area in 3D. With the host side over here, I would be sitting right here and watching the clip with whatever guest there is. If we ever do it in 3D with a normal guest. Yeah, today we will most likely, I think, not be using this in 3D because of time constraints and other reasons behind the scenes. Don't question it, but the rest will be in 3D properly. At least you've seen it once here. And then, before we go over to the stage, we look over here. We have audience. Wow! Hello, little chickens. How you doing? Maybe I should interview you. Are you having fun at Holotalk? You got some tickets to the special episode of Holotalk 2 years anniversary. Oh my god, amazing. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people jealous at you. They might look like cardboard, but they're totally... Oh, they're cheering! Yay for cardboard! No, they're not cardboard. They're totally real and three-dimensional. Actually, this will be eventually also proper 3D chickens. So this is just for temporary, temporary. They're cheering! Woo! Okay, calm down, chickens. Let me pass through. The boss is coming through. And I can come down here. And then, over here, right next to the curtain where I came through, we have the stage! Yay! I will be maybe using this later. Maybe should I? What do you think, guys? Should I use it? Yeah. I think eventually this will also be even more improved with like stage lights actually moving. There's still room for improvement, but I think this is already pretty amazing. With the microphone here, I can sing into it. Yeah, that's the studio. There's actually also behind the scenes some stuff, but do you want to see it? Is it okay to show? Yeah, come on in. A special tour. I don't know how far you can go. Maybe you can only see a little bit. But there's some props back here and some coffee and tea. Oh, it's already closing. Hi! I guess that's all the sneak peek that you will get today. Alright, then let's get the show started. Let's get into Holotalk, shall we? And cut!
Alright, so let's get started, shall we? Please introduce yourself.
Well, I think you already know me, little Kiara, but I am Takanashi Kiara from Hololive English, MIF, the first generation in Hololive, the first English generation. I was so lucky to be part of that, and yeah, I stream almost every day, and I stream mostly like JRPGs and RPGs and adventure games and all that kind of stuff. I also do music. Yeah, so anyway, today is a special episode where I will be able to, I guess, let you guys know even more about myself, especially to all the viewers who are maybe not so familiar with me, but still came here to this special Holotalk anniversary episode. Thank you very much, by the way. Yeah, so let's get started with the questions. Wow, Fiara! Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Yoroshiku.
Alright, so what have you been up to recently?
Recently, I just kind of finished playing a whole playthrough of GTA 5. And now I just started a new series. I like to always have like one ongoing series on my channel, and then in between have like smaller games and chit-chatting streams and cooking streams and something like that. But currently, yeah, just started playing Pokemon like everyone else is playing Pokemon. Woo! Yeah. So I always have like one big thing, and that's the current big thing.
I see. Alright, next question. How did you discover Hololive and why did you decide to join?
I discovered it at the time when I was living in Japan for 1 year for a working holiday. And I was like halfway through the working holiday, and I basically wasn't doing anything because I arrived in Japan at the very beginning of the beep. Can't beep right now, but you know what I mean, right? Yeah, so I wasn't really doing anything, but I started watching, for example, Pekora-senpai mostly to kind of cheer myself up because I was kind of in a little bit of a dark place. And yeah, I felt like I was like in Japan, but I couldn't do anything, so it was like meaningless and worthless, kind of depressing, I know. But so then in the middle of my working holiday, I saw that Hololive English auditions opened for the first time, and I was like, hey yo, maybe this could be good for me. Like, I've been watching Hololive recently and getting really deep into it. I didn't really imagine myself doing it yet at that point, but eventually, you know, I decided to just give it a try because in terms of skill set, I thought it would be perfect for me because I enjoy streaming and talking and entertaining and singing. I speak Japanese, English, German, and so on, blah, blah, blah. So it felt like really the smartest thing to do for me. So I gave it a try, and I was quite confident and quite motivated too. I don't know, like, how long you, Fiara, took for your audition to like send it in and so on, but I did it all in one day because maybe I should have taken more time. Maybe I was too enthusiastic. It could have ended up better, perhaps, if I took more time. But I mean, it worked. So I threw it all together in one day, sent it in, and actually, yeah, immediately got a reply. Yeah, so that was actually what saved me from a really dark place because from then on, everything went upwards. Yay!
Alright, next question. What's your favorite type of stream? Gaming, karaoke, 雑談?
I think my viewers like my like tangents the most, and even though I don't really do Zatsunon streams on its own, they always get that during super chat readings, so most of my viewers would probably say my super chat readings, surprisingly.
Me too.
But for me, I feel more like relieved and confident if I have a game to go off on. So I would say just gaming streams generally. But I do like all of these types of streams. I also really like collaborations because I enjoy like bantering with whoever I'm streaming with and like you know, just having a good conversation with them. I also love karaoke, obviously, because I really like singing. And recently, I just did my first ever full body 3D karaoke with my home 3D that I was able to set up. And I think with that together, we're gonna be doing a lot more like really fun karaoke streams in my home with some cute body movements, which might be scuffed, partially more scuffed, partially less scuffed than what I'm doing right now. But I think this will be a big enrichment to my karaoke streams in the future. But I would say first and foremost, just gaming streams, especially RPG games, yeah.
Oh, okay. So who are Chonkers and Smoothie, by the way?
Chonkers and Smoothie are my kitty katos. Chonkers is a little bit on the chunky side, that's why it's Chonkers, and Smoothie is on the very smooth side, that's why it's Smoothie. And they're really, really cute, fluffy cats that make me really happy. I need them to survive, and I talk about them a lot on stream as well. I'm really sorry to people who can't really relate, but I think all cat owners, or pet owners in general, can relate that I need to gush so much about my pets. I'm sorry, but I can't help it. So if you watch my streams, you kind of have to deal with that. You won't get around it. It's my kitty cats.
Oh, okay. So next, what's Amzoo all about?
Oh, Amzoo is like an ongoing series that I started like maybe even like around 2 years ago. It started because I was playing a game called Sakuna. Maybe Wafiara knows that game. It's like a game about like farming and farming rice and farming it to perfection, and in between like fighting, battling, and so on. But I was playing that, and I think there were like frogs in my rice field. Maybe, and I was like, oh hey, I can do a frog impression. So I did my famous frog impression, which sounds like
I know that line.
Can I do it now? Yeah, that's it. Did you hear that, Wafiara?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I did my famous frog impression, and then everyone was like, how the frick are you doing that? Oh my god, it's so weird. But then from there on, I made like little videos where I would put whatever animal I'm trying to make an impression of. I would put like an image on top of my face with my face peeking through, and yeah, trying to do the impression. It started with M frog, and then went on. I did like stuff like M crow, M cat, M lion. I think I did. Did I do M dolphin yet? I feel like I did. M owl, and so on. So there's a playlist of that on my channel, and I always upload them, like especially when I'm on a break, just as a filler. But yeah, that's my zoo collection.
Yay! Okay, let's look up the next question. What is
Casper,
the
yeah.
story behind Casper?
Casper. Well, Casper probably is not alive anymore, but Casper is a mouse or a rat that I was living with temporarily in Japan against my will. Yeah, when I lived in Japan during that 1 year, I started living in a really tiny one-room apartment that had really thin walls, so I had to move as soon as I could. And I moved into a house, which was perfect, because for streaming, at least in Japan, soundproofing apartments are really not so common, but a house is like the best you can do, most likely. So I got a house, but it was really, really old. Like, exceptionally old. And that showed with me noticing on my first night after moving in that I heard like tippy-tappy sounds in the ceiling and in the walls, and it was freaking me out. I was like, feeling so... I mean, I don't know. I think I was thinking it must be mice or rats or so, but I mean, in theory, I think mice are cute, but I don't know, when you hear it, yeah, that's the face that I was doing every night, or even during the daytime. Yeah, I don't know, it freaked me out, and then it would like show up during streams, and I didn't want to say it was a mouse or a rat, so I started calling it a ghost. And you know, there's this Casper the ghost, the famous Casper. So I kind of named the ghost after Casper first, but eventually I couldn't hide it anymore. My terror! So I admitted at some point it was a mouse or a rat, and I went on to try to get rid of them with professionals and so on. But Casper was insane. Oh, yeah, so insane I have to stand up apparently. Yeah. Casper would just not let go or die or go somewhere else. We tried everything, and Casper just survived forever. And then at some point, I accepted Casper's existence and living together with Casper. I was actually even surprisingly sad when I moved back to Austria. This terrifying rat mouse. I felt like sad about departing and saying goodbye to it. It was kind of weird having these emotions, very concerning, but I do miss Casper. Casper, are you watching this from heaven? I love you. I'm so sorry for trying to kill you. Mwah. Mwah. And that was Casper. We all love Casper.
Okay, who is Froggy Wawa and when will she return?
Froggy Wawa should better never ever dare to return. First of all, let me say that, Froggy Wawa, in case you're watching that. Better be careful. Froggy Wawa, as the name says, is a frog that tried to be like me and take my throne. Just very recently, actually. It's actually also connected to the Amzu story, because everybody liked my frog self so much that this Froggy Wawa version of myself kind of, separated itself from my body, became its own entity, and then tried to take over my channel. And she did for a whole week recently. That was the Frog Week. You guys may have been watching that. And I was surprised to see so many of my supposedly loyal viewers suddenly decided to be on her side, support her, and make her their new Oshi. And then I came back after getting rid of Froggy Wawa, and I all these cheaters, they were acting like as if nothing ever happened. But I had proof because I was collecting proof in the meantime, yeah? You cannot escape the gaze of Takanashi Kiara. We all know that. So, will Froggy Wawa come back? Well, if she behaves, I've put her back into the little glass bowl and she's swimming and turning and twisting, and maybe I can brainwash her back into understanding that I am superior, and if she ever wants to come out again, she better be respecting that boundary.
Agreed.
Do not support Froggy Wawa.
That's right. If anything, support Wafiara. That's terrible. Okay, next. How do you learn choreographies and what's your favorite?
Yeah, so I have 5 original songs, I think, now. So all of them, since I'm very into the whole idea of idols and having a proper choreography to my songs, I actually went out to look for a choreographer of my liking that I have been working with for all these songs together, and thinking like of a choreography together. And I learned them basically just because she lives in America, my choreography. She sends me like a video and I will like mirror it and then slow it down in some parts and then just basically watch it over and over again, slowly starting by doing really like non-accurate movements in my body, just mimicking it. And then eventually, if you repeat it several times and also try to like slow it down with where there's some like faster moves and so on, eventually you just pick it up. I mean, I have more practice with it, so I think it might be easier for me than for some real amateurs. But yeah, it's also not easy for me. Like, I'm kind of like out of practice a little bit, and it's difficult for me too, especially when I tried to learn all the choreographies from my 3D birthday concert while I was sick. But you gotta do what you gotta do, right? My favorite choreography, I think, might be Heart Challenger or Fever Night. Just because, let me fix that. Heart Challenger or Fever Night. Because for Fever Night, Fever Night is a very special song, and it's very different from my other songs, being synthwave and kind of like 80s inspired. So we try to have the choreography reflect that in some more like elegant and sexy, feminine, disco fitting moves. And so those are really fun to dance because it's very different from my other choreographies. And Hard Challenge is just so much fun because when performing it for an audience, then I thought up of like a thing to do during the chorus where I make everyone like who has a towel. You know, you have to bring your towel when you come to a concert of mine, and you raise it and then swing it and twist it and twirl it in the air during the chorus of Heart Challenge. So that's not really part of the original choreography, but I saw that in idol concerts in Japan before, and I thought that would be so much fun to do with my audience. And they've tried before at, for example, Dokomi, German convention. I got everyone to do that, and it was so fun because the cameras, they showed all the towels in the air, twirling, and they said that actually it created a lot of fresh air in a really hot room, the convention room.
That's
so
smart.
it was actually a really good solution to feeling hot. I did not think of that at first, but it was apparently a really smart thing to do. Yeah, so Heart Challenge on Fever Night, I would actually say.
How long does it take you, by the way? How many hours?
I think like to get like the basics down without like really perfectioning the moves, a day. But I take a lot of breaks in between too. And then I like to take some more extra days to really like, even if you know the moves, if you give yourself a few more days of practice, you will notice that eventually it will just look so much more like integrated into your body, and like you just are way better at it if you give it up a few more days time, obviously. So in total,
it's muscle memory, right?
Yeah, muscle memory as well, and just feeling more confident in the moves will just give you more like a leeway, I guess.
Yes.
And then yeah, it's more natural then. So ideally, I would give myself a week, but in order to really just memorize the moves, mostly I can do it in one day.
Okay. So you've always had the longest streaming hours in Ian. How do you manage to do so many long streams so often?
I think for me, like the amount of time that I stream for me feels like kind of like the least I can do. Like it feels to me like the minimum that I should be doing for myself, for my own like standards for what I want to be and how I want to be as a VTuber.
Understandable.
And I do also sometimes have some days where I feel like, oh, I don't really want to stream today, and I am feeling like kind of down. But once I start streaming, I always feel better. So I think it's kind of like a good thing for me, because I also live alone, and I don't really do much besides streaming and working. So I think it's kind of like a therapy to me, and socializing with the people, the audience is like pretty much the only way of socializing for me. But yeah, I think that helps me to stream longer and more often. And also, I mean, there might be a part of myself that, at least in the beginning, nowadays it's just like routine for me, but at least in the beginning I felt like I kind of had to compensate for something. But that's just probably my mind playing mind games on me. But yeah, I just wanted to work harder and work more to hopefully, you know, catch up and make up for things where else I would lack. Yeah.
I see. So you really just like streaming, huh? Don't ya?
I do. As I said, of course, there's also days for me where I don't feel like it, but I would say I love streaming. Yeah, I mean, it's my job, and I'm so happy that I have a job that I enjoy and love, and I have a passion for it. So if I didn't love streaming, I think I would have already left Hololive by this point.
Yeah. Well, thank God that didn't happen. Alright, guys, this is sudden, but I have a clip for you from Kiwawa. Here we go, let's take a look at it.
Okay, let's go!
Alright, Kiwawa, what you got? Kiwawa from the future. 3, 2, 1, go! Go!
Holy shit! Fucking dang! What? I feel like I'm damaging my throat.
Wait, there's more. Amazing.
Beautiful!
What on earth was that, Kiwawa? Let's go back to the questions, shall we? Ikuza! Yeah! Alright, next. You do a lot of special hand cam streams like cooking, using iron beads, making a gingerbread house, and stack box streams, don't you?
Yeah. I feel like I want to have some variety on my channel, and I feel like, you know, having some hand cam streams especially is just more exciting, you know, seeing my actual hands move around. I just think it's kind of cute. So I like to do whatever is possible with hand cam streams. So like the iron beads, for example. I don't think I've ever seen a VTuber play with iron beads before. But I got the idea, and I kind of felt like iron beads itself is kind of like a nostalgic thing to play with that I used to play with when I was a younger Kiwawa. So yeah, I like to do those. Especially, I'm proud of my snack box streams. So that's a series where I subscribe to like a snack box subscription service where you can get snack boxes from all over the world every month, a different country. And then I you know, review them on stream, show the snacks on stream, and give them a rating and taste them and then rate them, obviously. So those kind of streams.
Are there like any secret stream ideas you didn't do yet that you can share?
I mean, I hope so. I gladly take some ideas from my listeners if they have some good ideas for handcam streams, because I've already done so many. And actually, just this week, I did a air fryer stream where I did a handcam stream with my air fryer, trying it out. So stuff like that, whatever it is, throw it at me. I want to give it a try because I've already tried so many things. Right now, my mind is empty, brain empty. I was actually one more handcam stream I wanted to do was like just ironing my clothes. Because I never do that. I I
like
bought
that.
an ironing board and an iron itself, and I have so many clothes that need ironing, but never have I ever ironed my clothes since I bought one. And I feel like I need the
Me
motivation.
too.
And even these kind of stupid ideas, I think are interesting for a stream just because they're so stupid. So I'll do that eventually. But I'm open for ideas. Bring them up. Bring them to me.
Yeah. I love that idea. I wanna watch it. I wanna watch you iron. Okay. Next question is gonna be the last one before the speed question segment.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You also travel a lot and make content out of it. What is your favorite trip so far, and what are your plans for next year?
So this year, I think I went to the Maldives, right? I went to Korea. I'm going to Italy next week. Are those solo trips? Maybe I forgot. I went to America, obviously. I went to America, of course. I would say my favorite trip this year was the Maldives because, I mean, how can you not say the Maldives? I went there with Reina. I asked her because I just wanted to go to the Maldives. It's such a paradise. It's a freaking paradise. And I asked Reina if she maybe wants to go with me. And she was totally up for it. So we met up in the Maldives. And then we took like a little, one of those seaplanes. The small seaplanes that you kind of see in Animal Crossing, the Dodo airline.
Yeah, I know.
We went into one of those and went to an island that belongs to a resort, and the resort was so pretty. And my dream was to stay in a little villa, I guess, on top of the water. So when you walk onto your like terrace, balcony terrace thingy, then you can jump directly into the water. So that was my dream, and we got a place like that. It was absolutely incredible. We went there during a season where there was just constantly stormy weather and rainy weather and shitty weather, which was unfortunate. But we still got a few days that were nice and where we could enjoy the beach and the water and snorkeling. That was my first time when I tried snorkeling, and it was a good time for me to bond with Reina. So that was a really special memory where I could also like make my dream vacation come true. I hope I can go there again though, because I need to see more of the Maldives. I want to go to more of the resorts and the islands. Maybe I'll bring you too, Fiara. Do you want to go?
Totally. Let's go.
Do you want to go snorkeling with the fishies?
Yeah, I wanna snorkel.
Yeah. All right, I'll bring you, Fiara. You come with me. You deserve
Did
it.
you eat any good food there?
The resort had like I think 5 different restaurants, and they had different cuisines. Like one was just general like grill food stuff, and one was like mostly like kind of I think Indonesian kind of food.
Yummy.
Yeah, and then there was a sushi restaurant, which I didn't try because I don't really like sushi. I'm so sorry. But yeah, there were several ones, an Italian one too. But we had amazing food there. I also documented everything, so if you guys missed it, there was a Maldives review stream with photos on my channel, where we talked about the whole experience all over again, showed photos and so on. So you guys should watch that.
Well, next time you go, please pack me in a suitcase, okay?
Yeah, okay. I guess it is speed quiz time! Yay! Finally, I am part of the speed quiz. I get my own speed quiz. Yay! Alright, bring it on, Fiara. Bring it
Are
on.
you ready? Ready?
I am ready!
Alrighty. Let's do this. Hot or cold weather?
Cold!
Rice or noodles?
Rice noodles! There's rice noodles! Rice noodles!
Gasto or Saizeriya?
Gasto!
Twitter or Instagram?
Well, recently... Just kidding, Twitter. Still Twitter. Yep.
Okay. Apple or orange juice?
Orange! Of course.
a marathon.
Young Kiara would have said run a marathon, but this Kiara says climb a mountain. Let's go!
PC or console?
Console!
Okay. Pineapples on pizza, yes or no?
Yes!
Ooh! Spicy or sweet food?
Sweet.
Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Vacation in a beach paradise or in a famous metropolitan city?
Beach. Let's go to the beach.
Sleep naked or with clothes?
With panties.
What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
7-Eleven, Family Mart, or Lawson?
7-Eleven!
Texting, chatting, or talking on the phone? What do you prefer?
Texting.
Giving or receiving presents?
Receiving.
Me too. Walk one station or take the train?
Walk. Work out that butt and those thighs. Yeah.
So true, girl. Yes. What's your blood type, by the way?
Oh, I don't know. I knew it before, but I forgot. Maybe I'll find out and write a subtitle. Otherwise, nope.
Okay.
Don't know.
Alright. What's the color of your panties?
Oh God.
Oh, she's looking.
Black.
Your mouth!
Right. Black.
What happened? You're
Think you
black.
can see. Right. There you go. Oh.
Yes. Black. Alright.
Yay!
That was so funny.
Thank you for doing this with me, Kiara. You're the best. Thank you. One day I want to hear the answers from you, though.
Oh. No problem for me. Okay. So the next question. Are you ready?
Yes.
You lived in Japan when you debuted in Hololive, but then you moved to Austria. Tell us about that time, and do you want to move back again?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes people ask me that if I want to go back to Japan, and of course I want to go back to Japan. I'm actually going back to Japan soon. But for me, I think for living, I can live comfortably in Austria right now, more or less, and in Japan, as much as I kind of want to live there again, I have kitty cats, and that's like the biggest issue. And also just it's a bit difficult to live in Japan for foreigners often. There's many like hurdles to get over, and yeah, it's difficult to get a visa and so on. So it's not only that, it's just many issues in general, and also that I have my family here in Europe, I have my friends here in Europe and in Austria, and I just like living in Europe in general for many reasons. So for a living, I would stay here. But I'm definitely going back to Japan, so wait for me.
Do you think it was worth it, the time you spent there?
Yeah, I mean, the 1 year working holiday was not the only time I spent in Japan. I also lived there before for like 2 years, so in total it's kind of like 3 years. It was an experience that has helped me become more mature and independent, and also confident. Yeah, helped me grow more confidence. So I would say it's worth it, especially like at a young age. I think it really was a lot of fun to experience Tokyo, especially. Also Osaka. I lived in Osaka for a while too. So I do miss those memories, and I'm glad that I did it. And I'm looking forward to visiting more different places in Japan.
Okay. Well then, as you know, whole life isn't always rainbows and ponies. But what were some hardships that you struggled with during your time in Holo?
Yeah, there's many. And I think my viewers remember many of them too, especially in the early days. Most of all, I had like technical problems that led to just a lot of stress and pressure. Things just didn't go well. Like internet wasn't installed in time, so I had to live at my manager's place for a month. Thankfully, though, like it sounds like I didn't like doing that, but I had a lot of fun living with my manager. Yeah, and just like technical problems like PC problems and microphone problems, and I feel like that really kind of what's the word? It messed up my whole like start after my debut. You have the most eyes on you during your debut and the first couple days after that. So
that's true.
There's so much pressure to do well, and I definitely felt that. But everything went wrong. So if there's some viewers who are here for the first time in a long time, let me tell you, things have improved. And I'm not like crying after every single bad thing that happens anymore. But I was just, oh god, I was just under a lot of emotional pressure back then, I think. And situation has improved. So, but that was a big struggle back then. Yeah, that's we all hopefully will forget about one day.
Do you think that this experience has kind of shaped you to what you are today?
Yeah, it made me stronger, and I think I deal with stress better now and pressure and all that. And there's still struggles, things that I struggle with now as well, like similar issues, but I don't. Let's not bring them up now. But I think everybody in Hololive has also partially similar problems that they deal with as a streamer and as an idol, as an entertainer. But I think that it made me a better entertainer actually. Every struggle that you overcome in the end will just help you improve the way you stream and the way you deal with these issues live especially. So yeah, I think in the end it helped me.
I see. But I wish you all the best, Big Wawa.
Yes.
Alright guys, I'm hearing there's actually another clip, so let's move on over to future Kiwawa. Alright, small Kiwawa. What kind of clip have you got for us this time? Bring it on.
You will see.
Tato!
Did you notice your visitor yet? You mean Casper? Or the crow? Or do you mean something else? You mean my frog? The flash on the right window? Very right.
Don't look!
What the fuck?
You okay?
I thought you guys were just joking in the chat. What the fuck was that?
You were trying to protect you.
How did I not know that?
It made you cry.
Oh my god, that's vampire Kiwawa, isn't it? That's fucking terrifying.
It is.
You guys are just fucking with me
This
now.
is a couple
You're
days
just freaking me
later.
out. What the fuck? I have tears in my eyes. So it was her. She did get in for the window where she surprised me last time.
Oh no.
You're evil.
Unlike me.
Where's my mission passed? Where's my mission passed? What the fuck?
Compilation of jump scares.
You scared the life out of me.
Nick, mana...
That's it? It literally just loops?
As the end of the game.
Yeah.
Right? After like 15 hours.
Nighttime yet.
Rebecca.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm scared as well. Input the data of the patient.
I didn't say it.
He said you'll die! He said
Did you hear that?
you in my ear said I'll die!
Yeah, you click, I think. To the yeah.
All of this. Okay. So we're gonna cut her throat. Okay. Don't be scared, Reina. There's nothing to be scared about.
There's nothing to be scared about.
But no, oh my god! What did I do? What did I do? What did I do?
You just have to go. It's you have to watch it. Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes. It's gonna burn. It's not okay. So it's
gluteral blah.
oh my god.
Do you want me to say hi?
He's naked. Oh my god.
It's just a game. Oh my god, it's just a game.
What? That's alright.
Love is just a game. Is she still there?
They like to play
Can't
pranks so
complain
much.
that we're the same. Do you? Formal. Very polite. Oh.
Hmm? Oh my god, the body is just like you. What?
This is definitely easier than Phasmophobia. Like in Phasmophobia, I never got anything right. Have you noticed your visitor yet? You mean Casper? Oh no. Ah, naruhodo. I see what you did there. Small Chihuahua. So it's kind of like a compilation of jump scares because I get jump scared a lot, right?
That's right. You do.
Yeah, I do get easily jump scared by like the stupidest things. Yeah, but in like looking back at it like this, it's definitely entertaining. I see why it's entertaining for you guys. Life is just a big whole jump scare, right, Kiwawa?
That's so true.
Yeah.
All right,
let's go back then. Let's go back. Back to questions. Go!
Yeah.
Here we are. As the first generation of Hololive, and also possibly any big VTuber corporation, how did it feel to debut as part of that?
Oh, honestly, we were all of us. We were thinking that we would not be a success at all. I was mostly thinking that because you know, when it comes to anime, people usually prefer to watch it subtitled rather than dubbed. Because it just feels kind of weird to hear like some English voices coming out of the anime characters, I guess. And that thinking made me kind of think that, you know, it would be the same thing for VTubers. Like, people would enjoy seeing Japanese VTubers, but not so much English-speaking VTubers. And I think a lot of the viewers were thinking the same way. I was reading the same kind of like sentiments. But then, luckily, for some reason, we're able to make people accept us. So we're really lucky, honestly. Like, nobody expected so much positive feedback and so much long-lasting support from so many viewers. I also thought like most of my viewers would leave me after half a year at the latest, but still here they are after 2 years, and really, really grateful for that and for the opportunity to debut as the first generation. And I think in the beginning, you know, we were all saying that our senpai Kiryu Koko kind of paved the way for us, and she definitely did. But I also think that after a little while, after our debut, we really managed to make it our own stage and make our own achievements and kind of be like pioneers, and really like shaping the English VTubing community and just business, I guess, branch to something that we can be very, very proud of ourselves. I think we can take some credit too, and yeah, just be happy about what we did and be confident about what we did with our achievements and the work that the effort that we put into our streams every day.
そうですね。Next question is, what stream of yours would you recommend to people who don't know you well?
I think a lot of my handcam streams are interesting and entertaining. But if you want to watch something with a game, then I think one game that people universally love and that I also enjoyed very much and got the feedback from my viewers that it might be my best playthrough of any game in my whole career is my GTA 5 playthrough series. It was fairly recently, and it's up on my channel. We did it from beginning to end, and apparently I'm the only Hololive English VTuber, and even within Hololive as a whole, one of the few who finished it and not just started and dabbled and then left it. I'm actually I call myself the game finisher of Hololive English because I play a lot of long games and I actually finish them. Even games that take like 150 hours or so, like Fire Emblem, for example. Yeah, I just don't like leaving things unfinished, you know? I want it to properly end, and the ending always like, it gives me this feeling of accomplishment, and it's just so nice to play something from beginning to end with my viewers together with me. The whole experience of that, it's just, I feel like we're bonding, you know? And I just can't leave it like that, because then I will always wonder, oh, how that game ended. I will never know because I stream games as my job, so I don't really have time to play games outside of streams mostly. So if I play a game, then I need to finish it on stream. Otherwise, we all know that. Otherwise, I will never finish. we know a certain game that I have troubles finishing. Also because I also have the problem though that I don't want to finish like Netflix shows and certain games as well.
Me too.
Because when it's finished, then it's finished and I can't experience it again. That's kind of sad. So sometimes I just end it right before the end. But usually I try to finish everything on my channel.
That's true.
So I am the game finisher. Yes.
Game finisher. So are there any favorite games you finished while you were streaming in Hololive?
Yes, Nier Automata, which was also that was a challenge. Holy shit, that was quite a challenge, especially because I apparently for most of the game sabotaged myself by having some VSync setting either on or off. And I don't know if Wafiata, you ever played Nier Automata before, but there's like this hacking that you have to do with one of the characters that you play, and it makes a huge difference when you have the VSync on or off. I forgot which one it was, but I had it wrong. And then turning it on in like the very late part of the game, suddenly everything was so much easier and it blew my freaking mind. It was insane. Everyone was also like seeing the difference in the stream and they're like, how did you play this game until now? That's why you were having so much trouble with it the whole time. But yeah, I really enjoyed Nier Automata, and finishing it was an experience that I am so glad I had together with my viewers.
Oh. Wholesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. How did you get the idea for Holotalk, and what is important to you when doing an episode?
Holotalk. Well, that's what we're doing right now. The idea, I think the idea itself kind of happened off screen. I did bring it up very early on stream, but I think it came to me off screen because I was thinking about, you know, I can speak Japanese and English and German, but I wanted to do something that would make good use of my skills, and so I thought that at the time, Hololive was like really booming, especially for clips, the Japanese members. A lot of clips were being translated out there, but I was watching them and I was thinking, there's so much more to them than just these little snippets of them. There's so much more content and so much more personality and just background to them that I want people to know about, but the clips just don't convey it alone, even though they're funny, but I want people to know more. So I thought, how about I make a program where it's a talk show, I interview the members, I live translate it from Japanese to English so that all the clip watchers specifically, but also not necessarily clip watchers, but just general Hololive viewers who watch maybe other members more than others, but they might want to give some other members a chance every once in a while, and this would be a good way to introduce them to some new members. that they might want to, become a big fan of in the future. So yeah, so I think Holotalk has been a big project of mine, my biggest project that I put a lot of love into, a lot of passion. It's like my baby, I try to take good care of it. Recently we got this whole renovation.
Yeah.
And this is a special anniversary episode.
It's very beautiful.
And yeah, well, what I think I especially take care of with like an interview is I want the guests to feel comfortable and appreciated.
I feel comfy.
I want them to think. I want them to not only think but know, because it is a fact that what they have been through, what they've experienced, what they've worked on so far is interesting and respectable, and we want to hear more about it and give them a place to talk about it in depth, even about things that happened 2 years ago or 3 years ago, because I think it's worth sharing the path from every Hololive member from the beginning to now where they are now, because they all work really hard. Yeah. Also, for my questions. For my questions, I do always ask, because I love Hololive, but I don't know every detail about every member. So I always ask everyone to send in submissions for questions, especially the fans of that guest, because they know more about it. But the way I choose questions, I don't just choose questions like, oh, what's your favorite food? Oh, which Hololive English member do you want to collab with in the future? Or, stuff like that. That feels very, very superficial to me.
Yeah.
I look for very specific questions that give a good overview to viewers who don't know you yet. What kind of streams you generally do, what to expect from you, and also some deeper knowledge. Because I think if you don't know me and I tell you here that my favorite food is tonkatsu, well, that's probably not really gonna get you hooked on me and not really gonna give you a good image of who I am, what I do, and what my streams are like. So I have this phoenix eye that I use to scan through the questions. I'm very picky, so I'm sorry if your questions don't get picked, but there's also always a lot of submissions. So thank you for that, by the way, for always helping me out. Dankeschön!
Dankeschön! Okay, a bit more about Holotalk. Will Holotalk ever end? And do you plan any other shows or projects right now?
I think at the pacing that I'm going at, even though I feel like adding new members to Hololive has been kind of slowed down a little bit in comparison to before, like 2 years ago. But still at this pacing, especially with the big break that I had this year with Holotalk, I think I will never really completely be done with Holotalk. But I might just, for my own choice, to move on to other projects, eventually end it at a point where I feel like, okay, I'm satisfied with this. I think I've done enough, and this is a point where I think is a good cut-off point. But at the moment, especially since we just got the renovation, don't worry, I'll be doing it for quite a while longer. I also want to interview Hololive English members and then translate what they say into Japanese for the Japanese viewers who maybe don't know the English members so well. And also the ID members possibly. So there's still a lot of potential, still a lot of content that I can do. So yeah, don't worry guys. But in terms of future projects, I did mention recently that I kind of want to do like a news show. I still have to work on that idea, but I want to do a news show that focuses on Hololive English members specifically, because there's already news shows for that Hololive Japanese members do. For Japanese members mostly, they sometimes pick up Hololive English members information that is very spread. But I want to go a little bit deeper. I feel like we need someone here who talks about what Hololive English is up to, updates everyone about that.
I want to hear that.
So that is a possible project for me.
Alright, so next question. You have been a VTuber for 2 years, more than 2 years now. What do you like the most about this job in particular?
This might be a little bit fourth wall breaking, but I obviously worked like normal jobs before. But the good thing about this one is I can do it from home. First of all, I can decide what I want to do on what day myself. I design the schedule myself. I design the way I want to go my path, you know. If I want to do more songs, if I want to, I mean, there's still some restrictions and some help that I need from the company, and then adjust to that and so on. But mostly, like, I can decide so many things for myself and create the best version, the ideal version of myself that I want to be. And
So
but
you could say that
Yeah.
you're your own boss.
yeah, I'm my own boss, exactly, more or less. Yeah, sorry, Yago, but I feel, yeah, I'm definitely my own boss. And then one big thing that I really appreciate is I can stream with no makeup in pajamas, with frizzy bad hair, and no one will notice because there's just this magic that makes me look like this. Of course I woke up like this. Of course, how dare you doubt it? This is how I woke up.
They will never know. It's so convenient, right? She woke up like this, just like that. The next question is unfortunately the last one. Thank you so far.
Yes, of course. Thank you for interviewing me, Fiara. You're doing a good job. Maybe you could take over when I go on a break.
Thank you. Don't give me too much power, you'll regret it.
Oh shit! Another takeover.
Yeah.
Please have mercy on us.
Okay. Maybe.
Last question.
Last question. This one always comes at the end, so you might know it. What does Hololive mean to you?
Whole life to me is a last chance. I think my viewers know this, as I've talked about it sometimes, but as also if you think about how I started out in a very dark place, there's so many things I still wanted to accomplish, and I was at a point where I thought I could never accomplish them. I was done. And with Hololive, even though it's not like so easy as it might seem for outsiders, I still have a chance to try to do things that I really want to do, like a concert and bring out songs, original songs, and so on. So for me, it's kind of also a last resort. So that's why I try to really work hard and do as much as I can in the time that I have and in this special opportunity that has been given to me.
That was beautiful.
Yay!
Thank you for all you've done, Kiara.
No, thank you guys! Yay! This was nice to be interviewed in depth. It's kind of, nice to talk about it. I hope you guys learned something new, or I mean, if you're KFC, that you probably knew most of this, but yeah. Thank you for interviewing me, Fiara. And now,
my pleasure.
I will announce something. Do you want to hear a special announcement, Fiara?
Bring
Told
it
you
on,
guys,
baby.
There is a special announcement in this 25th and 2-year anniversary episode of Holotalk, and that's also why we're in.
What is it?
There's something special. Yay! So,
Yeah.
let's hear it.
Hear it.
I will show it
Show it.
on this screen in
In
3, 2,
1.
Ta-da! Holotalk merchandise!
Let's go!
Oh my God!
Yay!
Holotalk official merchandise for the anniversary. As you see on screen right now,
Wow.
we have a lovely t-shirt with all the names of the participants that have been on Holotalk so far, including me.
Wow.
Yeah, we're counting until the 25th episode. It's kind of like, I imagine, like, those tour t-shirts from like
yeah, yeah.
bands when they go on tour, and on the back they have every city.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I imagined with that. Then we have a mug with the Holotalk logo. I thought it was very fitting since we're kind of like a late night talk
Looks
show.
cool.
And sticker as an extra. Wait, what else do we have? Of course. Oh my god, the acrylic diorama. This was an idea that I thought was absolutely lovely.
I love it.
Normally, I maybe acrylic dioramas are not my favorite type of merchandise, but in this case, I thought if you guys have acrylic stands from other Hololive members, what would be smart to do is release that chicken from its position and put that Hololive member acrylic diorama right next to me, and then we have them here in the Holotalk studio. The Holotalk studio is in the background, and in the front you have the acrylic standees of me and the chicken or whatever you already own. It hopefully should fit. Like a lot of them should fit. I'm hoping that was the plan. So try it out if you already have some, or if you're getting any extra ones in the future, you can combine them and make your own Holotalk episode basically. Yeah. So if you get it as a whole set, you also get some stickers.
What a deal!
The Holotalk logo sticker. So that's really exciting to me because normally, you know, merchandise is like, you know, for anniversary or birthday or so on. And I asked if it's possible to get some merchandise for my baby Holotalk because I thought it would be really cool. And it got approved, luckily. So please go grab it. It's gonna be available, I think, now or whenever. This is pre-recorded, haha. So I don't know when exactly, but it should be either pinned in the chat or I will tweet it out, of course. Or it might be, if you're watching this as a VOD, it might be in the description already. So go check it out and please support Holotalk. Then I can put even more money into it in my baby project. Yeah, and make it even more amazing and professional. Thank you for the support so far. You guys made it possible. Thank you for believing in me. And yeah, all the guests who have been on Holotalk so far to be interviewed by me, even though I'm always a nervous wreck. But yeah, it's been quite the honor to me. I'm so proud, and yeah, it's been fun. So now, before we end at Wafiara, we're gonna have a little performance and use that stage over there. Yay! So please listen to my new song in our 3D studio in VR. Do you? And with that, in German we say, Auf Wiedersehen, wave, wave, yeah, bye bye. Bye bye, Auf Wiedersehen. Dankeschön!
Ooh, yeah. I don't wanna stop it yet. Playing Russian roulette. Yeah, boy, as soon as I saw you, I knew it all. Yeah, now got me love drunk. I'm knocked down, down, down. There's something special about you. You, I know it's true. Gotta get it, yeah, now, now, now. If it ain't you, baby, then I'm done. Oh yeah, oh girl, you know it. I just can't resist you. Your eyes are like a spell that I can break through, and that should scare me. But I don't know, baby, you're captivating me, and in the end you let me go. Love, hate, all the same. If you know, play that game. I'm locked up inside. No, I can fight the feeling and I won't try. Hate, all the same. If you know, play that game. Baby, you decide. If you want me, then shout it out. Right now, love is just a game. I can't complain, I do the same. Oh, do you say you do? Feel the same. Spark me like a flame. I know I'll never be the same. Oh, do you? In the end, it's just so okay. Don't ever let yourself fall in. You got it. Cause love's just like a toxin. The way pain is so common. Your problem, I can solve it. I'm just a fool in love. Know that this world gonna crash. So you can save me. I'm in too deep and I love the rush. Yeah, I just can't resist you. Your eyes are like a spell that I can break through, and that should scare me. But I don't know, baby, you're captivating me, and in the end you let me go. Love, hate, all the same. If you know, play that game. I'm locked up inside. No, I can fight the feeling and I won't try. All the same, if you know, play that game. Baby, you decide. If you want me, then shout it out. Right now, love is just a game. I can't complain, I do the same. Oh, do you say you do? Feel the same, but got me breathless, I am by you night and day. How can something so wrong be making me feel so right? Pick me up just like you do. I'm always coming back to you. Let's go. Love is just a game, I can't complain, I do the same. Oh, do you say you do? Feel the same, spark me like a flame. I know I'll never be the same. Do you? In the end, that's just all okay. Love is just a game we play. Love, hate, trust, and betray. Do you say? La la la, me too. Love is just a game we play. Love, hate, trust, and betray. Do. Hey. Ah. Thank you guys for watching. Merch よろしくお願いします。Yeah, Holotalk forever. Viva la Holotalk. Viva la Holotalk. Now let's have some food. Ah, bye bye.